Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. We're doing this a bit differently and it's been a while, I know. Hi. Game has just finished. Chelsea 2, Blackburn 0 in the Carabao Cup, which means we are through to the quarterfinals. Yes, thank God. Gonna give my brief thoughts. Just tactical things really. What I thought of certain things. Yeah, just gonna dive bomb into it because I want to be finished and have this uploaded for the draw. So basically we started off with a team I kind of thought was going to play. I knew Poch was going to go strong because to me it's very clear he wants to win a cup, and the Carabao Cup does seem like our best shot at the moment. Whether you believe that with some of the teams still in it, your Liverpool's and most likely Newcastle, with how that result is currently going, you do still want to think that the name and the club and the players will fight for the badge in such a big competition. This isn't for us a competition we can throw away, especially not the position we're in. This is a route to European competition. I'm pretty sure this is a route to the fucking Conference League. We will take what we can get. If that's how we have to get, I hate to say this, but if that's how we have to get to Europe, let's go for it, because we need to get back into Europe somehow, and you can't rely on our form to push on, sadly. Let's talk about it. I'm going to first talk about, honestly, the person who deserved the goal the most, Benoit Badiashile. His first game back from injury, the sustaining injury from last season that carried on into this season, and honestly, I said before the game that Disasi and Badiashile will be trialled together. This will be the game they get trialled together. And if it works, and if it's perfect, I hate to say it, but it is the start of the end for Thiago Silva at Chelsea. Because the fact now is, I don't really think, rotation yes, but you don't need to rely on him as much anymore. I think Benoit and Axel, their communication, obviously because they're both French, communication, composure, everything was there between the two of them today, and it's what I wanted to see when I saw that lineup. Was I wanted to see them to work well with Leslie in front of them. The fact that the three of them are French, and that the communication is there between arguably your three defenders, because the way that we kind of play our fullbacks are a bit more higher up, it was so important. And seeing Leslie play, he's more defensive than Caicedo is sometimes, and it was interesting to see the difference in the two of them. I think the balance worked really well. I think Blackburn came out as I kind of expected them to. It's a cup competition. We're not in the best form going into it. You do think it's a bit of a free hit. Both teams came out with a lot of aggression, a lot of energy in those first 5-10 minutes. The storm did weather eventually, and we just started regaining control of the game, which I expected, and it was just the whole, is this going to be Brentford 2.0? Because we had all this possession, we kept coming at them, and we just weren't doing much with it. And it's a very fortuitous goal, but no one, in my opinion, deserved it more than Badiashile, and it was just perfect. Like I said, very lucky, but it's the type of luck we haven't had going for us lately, and it's something we needed. And I'm very happy. Glad that Poch managed his minutes, I think, perfectly. Same with Reece. It was nice to see them both back on the pitch today. Reece, you could tell he was wanting the goal. You could just tell there was just something in him that was like, I need to get the goal today. It didn't happen, but again, Poch managed his minutes, and you can only hope that if he doesn't start against Spurs on Monday, that he'll get a sub appearance, and slowly we just start building him up back to fitness. You can't risk Reece, you just can't. We know this, it's common knowledge. So very happy with the way that Poch managed it, and like I said, very happy with the backline. The only thing I'll talk on is on the backline, and it kind of links into my negative, I guess. That left hand side. And I only say this, because I'm comparing this to the Arsenal game, okay, in terms of work rate for players. Because Raheem Sterling, in that first half especially, No. No. I wanted to ship him off to Saudi tonight. It was god awful. And this is the thing with Sterling. You know what he can do. You know what it's Sterling. It's Raheem Sterling. You know what he can do. We've seen him do it plenty of times before, but he is so inconsistent. It's normally the case of if everyone's having a shocker, he'll stand out. But that first half was just, it was the embodiment of that. Everyone was playing well, but he just wasn't. I wanted to ship him off to Saudi so many times. Slowing up the play, it was like watching Thiago Silva on the pitch, and I hate to say that, but I don't get why he kept slowing it up when there was options. It's quite a frustrating thing. It's not as common with everyone else, but you see it every now and again. They'll slow up the play when there's options there. It makes no sense sometimes. But Raheem was doing it so much in that first half. It was very annoying. And the fact that I wouldn't say he wasn't always tracking back, but it was putting Cucurella in an iffy situation. If I compare it to Mudryk and Cucurella on that left-hand side versus Arsenal, Mudryk's work rate is immense. Like, Mudryk will go up and down that pitch 10 million times if you ask him to attack or defend. He will do what he needs to do to help out the team. And if you compare the two, I don't know if it's maybe, I don't want to say if it's Raheem's age, because he's not that old, but you've got to factor in how long he's been playing at the top level. There's a difference in work rate, and it's quite frustrating at times, because you see Cucurella on his own and you're like, Cucurella's not the best defender, this is not going to end well. And then you have Enzo was helping out a ton. I've got to commend Enzo's performance today. You still feel like he wants to get that next goal, but again, welcome Enzo back with open arms, because his defensive work rate today was, especially with helping out Cucurella, I noticed it was really needed and great for the team. But yeah, it wasn't fantastic from Sterling. Of course, he gets the second goal. After that, I don't know what Poch said to him at half time, but there was definitely a kick up the arse. And I'm glad, because in that second half he looks better. He looks like what we know he can do. And again, the link up with the City, the ex-City link up, Cole Palmer. I mean, I think we have to just keep singing Palmer's praises, because he is a bargain for 45, an absolute bargain for 45 million. We all wanted the KDB revenge at some point. Who knew it was going to be Cole Palmer? I remember thinking, this is the most random signing out of bloody nowhere. In what world is this going to work? I couldn't have been more wrong, because what a player he is. He's only going to continue to grow and get better, and the more that this team gels and plays together as well, it's just going to be immense to watch for the next couple of seasons. We always knew there was going to be a bit of a teething process with this team, with how young they are, the overhaul of this team, and just everything surrounding this team. There's a lot of noise, there's a lot of everything that they just need to block out, and they need to focus on working together. And it seems like Poch is slowly getting it to happen. It's just the clinicalness needs to come from this team, and I think with time it will, because a lot of these players are still 20, 21, 22. They're not elite level finishers yet. And you know, when I think of the likes of, I mean, the two for me that I think of are Mudryk and Palmer is the future of this attack. I can't lie. I look forward to watching them play. Hopefully Mudryk's back for Monday, and it's nothing too serious that we can see him play against Spurs, because I think Cole and Mudryk have it's not really a link up per se, but just the way that they play together. If Cole is played more central, because I will say, I think today at times when he was out on that far right, I wouldn't say he was isolated at times, but you could kind of tell he was kind of told to stay out a bit more. And excuse me, I think he's better when he's more central, so he can just free flow with it. And I meant free roam with it. Brain is gone. Free roam and just have the ability to dictate and to play make. I think it's going to be interesting when Nkunku comes back, because I say that Nkunku's meant to be that calm, that behind the striker player. So is it going to be the case of when Nkunku comes back, is it, Mudryk, Nkunku, Palmer, whatever striker we have, we want to play? And will it be the ability of them kind of all just being a bit free-flowing behind the striker? We've yet to see. I'm very excited to see Nkunku back, hopefully after the international break, which would be Newcastle? Oh my god. I want to say it's Newcastle, I think, because it's the game before Brighton, which is the game I'm going to. You can tell I want to see Nkunku in person, okay? Can you tell? I don't know. Knock on wood. Let's bloody hope he's ready for that point, because I want to see Nkunku ball at the bridge. I cannot lie. Jackson, I do think we need to talk about, because he wasn't the... It's annoying, because I think what's happened is the comment on Saturday from that one stupid fan has gotten to him, and it's so annoying. I get it. Okay, match-going fans, you have the right to critique. You have the right to say what you want to say, yes, but saying it to his face at half-time was stupid. And I think we don't have another striker, okay? Say what you want, we don't have another experienced striker currently, because Bruges is still out. And you've said that to him. I think it's affected him, and I don't know how we're going to handle it going forward if Bruges is not back soon. And that's a problem. Because you can tell it's starting to, like, watching him come off, there was frustration, and it's worrying that this has happened. And I just hope Poch just takes him under his wing, does what he did with Mudryk, and just not coddle him, but nurture him and just get that out of his head, because he can't keep overthinking it. There was times where it was always off, and it's so annoying, and you just think, if he's more informed, if he's more confident, some of the shots go in, or he just makes better decisions, and that goes for any of the team, right? Because a lot of them are still so young that it is a confidence thing. But it doesn't help when match-going fans decide to slaughter him at half-time, when it was very unlucky that we weren't finishing our chances, and then we went on to lose that game, and then it carries over because he's not scoring, and he's not really assisting either, and he's thinking, fuck, what am I meant to do here? You see what the issue is. I get it, match-going fans, like I said, have the right to say what they want to say, but I will never agree with how they went about it, or how that one particular fan went about it, and the way that Poch is trying to, you can tell that he's trying to diffuse that whole situation. I just hope that he can get it out of Jackson's head quickly, because we need Jackson back. The Jackson we saw in pre-season, granted there was the link up with Nkunku, and this then begs the question, was there a heavy reliance on Nkunku? And then he gets injured, just like every other important player. You could say yes, but it's frustrating. Anyway, we won though, so it is what it is. The goals came. We got through. We didn't have to worry about missed chances. We go into a game on Monday now, and it's a big one. It's a game I'm terrified of. Spurs, it's the one game I don't want to play. If I'm being so very honest, I do not want to play Spurs. Because, and this is coming from the girl who repped for Ange Postecoglou the most on Chelsea Twitter, I think. Poch has got them doing something which is, it seems like once in a million, type of thing. I'm watching Spurs at the top of the league play good football without Harry Kane. And I don't like it. I hate it. And it's not all the times that I'm like, we've just played a cup game and now we're going into this. It's like, fuck. You just gotta hope and pray that the players are rested. This is what I mean. I hope Nkunku's back, because Nkunku, Mudryk, oh my god, I hope he's back after the international break. My mind's gone. I hope Mudryk's back because it will offer a pair of fresh legs in that front line and just something different. I mean, we all know how undroppable Mudryk is when he's on his game, and I've said this now since the Arsenal game, since he got injured. You can't drop him because he's just, the work rate, like I said, is so pivotal to this team. I feel like I never gave Galadog his praises, but you know, silent assassin is always doing a shift. Like I said, this team is slowly coming together. You do have to admit there's a bit of a teething process with such a young team, but you know, just if you want to trust the process, which, you know, if it comes to February and if we win this competition, then it will gain time on Poch's life. That's a weird way of putting it, but he was going to have the whole season anyway. There's no signs that he's getting sacked, whether some of you guys like it or hate it. He's not getting sacked anytime soon. And if he wins a trophy, it's going to only be more credible. So I see why he's taking this seriously. I think for this young team as well, it's going to be pivotal winning a trophy. It's people want to critique the Carabao Cup and all that. I'll critique it if we don't win it, but for this team, it's been a long time since we've won a domestic cup. You've got to remember all the times we went to Wembley and lost 3 years in a row. I don't forget it. Twice in 1 year against the same club. I don't like to remember those days, but I like to remember how long it's been since we've won a domestic trophy, and I don't like it. And we need to win a domestic trophy soon. I don't care if it's the Carabao Cup, I don't care if it's the FA Cup. Get me a trophy this season that gets me away into Europe, because with the way that some English teams are performing in the Champions League, can't even rely on us getting to finish 5th. Just saying. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I think I touched on everything I want to say. I hope. I can't remember, my brain is gone. But yeah, we're through to the quarterfinals, which is all that matters, and now we have a big game on Monday. So let's start manifesting a win, please, because I'm not looking forward to it. I can't lie. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video, whenever that'll be. I have no clue, but it's good to be back. It's good to be back when I can be. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye, guys.